Two former members of the KTIV news team, now living and working in Baltimore, Maryland, have spent their week covering the collapse of the Key Bridge from the harbor and from the sky. Take a look at this video that former KTIV chief photographer James Searles shot the morning of the bridge collapse. He works from WBAL-TV's news helicopter and was in the skies for 9 hours after the collapse, watching the scene unfold.
And to see it laying in the middle of the river, the Patapsco River, was really weird to see, and a container ship stuck in the middle with a bridge on top of it. But with this bridge, like the bridge in Sioux City that goes from South Sioux to Sioux City, it's a big deal because you see it every day. You can ask anybody in Siouxland and say, what do you think of if that bridge was gone? They would say, I can't deal with that because how do I get to South Sioux?
Another KTIV alum was on the ground covering the collapse live. Reporter Tommy Clark got a call at 6 a.m. Monday morning that the Key Bridge was gone. She spent the rest of her day reporting on the collapse from Baltimore's waterfront. And Clark says reporters haven't shifted their focus from that bridge since it happened.
Hey, we're going to send you out on a boat. The Key Bridge is gone. We believe there are some deaths. So that was an insane call to wake up to. And then I stayed out there till about 7 p.m. that day. And my heart sank, and I remember just saying, what? Because it's so unbelievable that an entire bridge would be gone.
Clark adds that this waterway, which is a vital shipping route, will remain closed for the foreseeable future as crews try to remove pieces of the Key Bridge. Cranes will be installed to remove those pieces from the water.